most of the flavor of beer you detect by the nose, not by the palate. And so if you drink the beer straight out of the bottle, your nose doesn't dangle in the beer. But if you've got a glass, you get these cathedral windows of foam lacing the side of the beer glass. It's just so hedonically just fantastic. And this vision of beauty is created before your very eyes. And that's why I get so annoyed when people drink beer straight out of the bottle or the can, you know, that's just not civilized. It's got to go into a glass. My name's Charly Bamforth. I'm the professor of malting and brewing science here at UC Davis. The Pope of Foam, yeah, that's what they call me in Berlin. I think it's probably because we've done all this work on the composition of beer in relation to foam. It's not just sort of mixing a few things in a bucket and drinking this delicious liquid at the end of the day. It all comes together in brewing. And so if they really want to understand how science has been applied to produce a very interesting product and a very enjoyable product when treated in moderation, then brewing is a great vehicle. Opener, pour it with vigor. Delicious, look at it. You can see the proteins and the bitter acids sticking together. Beautiful, artistic symphony. Oh.
¿Qué tal, tribu cervecera? Hoy realmente estoy emocionado porque tenemos uno de los más grandes invitados, de los mejores exponentes del mundo. Tenemos al doctor Charly Bamforth. Él es profesor emérito distinguido de Malting and Brewing Sciences de la Universidad de California, Davis. Fue presidente del Brewing and Distilling Institute. Fue director adjunto de Brewing Research International y gerente de investigación y gerente de calidad de cervecería Bass, que es Anheuser-Busch, entre muchos otros cargos destacados en diversas instituciones. Actualmente, el Dr. Bamforth es Senior Quality Advisor de la cervecería Sierra Nevada. Ha publicado incontables artículos, papers de investigación y diversos libros. El Dr. Charly Bamforth nos hablará en esta masterclass en exclusiva en Tribu Cervecera sobre calidad en la cerveza y mucho más. Así que demos la bienvenida al Dr. Charly Bamforth. Dr. Charly, how are you? It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm really excited. Thank you so much for your time to share with this community in Tribu Cervecera.
It's my pleasure. It's nice to still be involved after 42 years in the industry. So
yeah. Nobody else has the experience that you have. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. I'm impressed.
All right, it's my pleasure, and I'll share my screen.
Yeah, please go ahead.
And hopefully you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay, and let's go from the beginning then.
Okay.
So it's nice to be with you all, and I'm going to talk today about quality and some of my thoughts generally on quality and the importance of quality in the world of beer and brewing, and some ideas on how you can achieve that quality. So how do we define quality? What is quality? My favorite one is quality is the supply of goods, in this case beer, that do not come back to customers who do come back. Alternative, it's the extent of correspondence between expectation and realization. In other words, it's do you meet the expectation of the drinker? When the drinker orders your product, and they drink it, does the beer taste, look, and everything else the way they expect it to? And also, therefore, it's the match between what you want and what you get. And it's very true that the quality is very much in the eye of the beholder. Not everybody likes every beer. There are some beers that I personally love, and there are some beers that I personally am not too keen on. But that doesn't really matter if I'm trying to tell somebody what a quality beer is. I may not like a certain product, but they do. And they will consider a certain type of product to be high in quality, even though somebody like me doesn't like that beer. If I could name a specific example, I personally am not a big fan of sour beers. Okay. But a lot of people do love sour beers. and they expect those sour beers to taste the way they expect them to every time. So quality is very much about what the consumer expects, and it's up to the brewer to meet that expectation. Visit Tribu Cervecera.
Esto fue Tribu Cervecera, la escuela para el cervecero profesional.